For all of those of you who like to detox or feel like you need to detox, I have a secret for you. It shouldn't be a secret, but most people don't know about it, okay? So on a frequent basis, people reach out to Silver Fern brand to ask about detoxing chemicals, heavy metals, plastics, microplastics, food additives, pesticides, herbicides, hormone disruptors, etc., okay? And they're always surprised right out the gate when I say, how are your vitamin D levels? And they go, what? And the reason I always say, how are your vitamin D levels, is because one of the key foundational pieces for a body to successfully detox is it needs adequate amounts of vitamin D. Vitamin D is critical for both phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification. In phase 1, it helps to activate detox enzymes, and in phase 2, it's critical for glutathione production. If you want to get rid of things like heavy metals, which many people do, and environmental toxins, herbicides, pesticides, and stuff like that, you want to become best friends with glutathione. And vitamin D is very, very key to glutathione production. So when we are trying to help people from the Silver Fern brand side, we give them Build, which I'm not promoting Build right now. I'm just saying we give them Build, which significantly increases glutathione along with ATP and NAD+, and helps reduce oxidative stress and et cetera. So we're giving people Build. And if I may, I'm like, hey, you may want to make sure your vitamin D levels are healthy. But I don't care what you're using to detox. Some people like juices and herbs and fibers and binders and all that. Great, God bless, whatever. But I'm saying if whatever your favorite detox product is, if you have low vitamin D levels, which is very common in the fall, winter, spring, and especially in states that don't get a lot of sunshine, aka not California, Florida, Texas, and Hawaii. If you're not living in the sun, a lot of people like me and my wife, I spend a lot of time in the office. I also go out and I coach I coach football in the spring, summer, and fall at nights. But I have low vitamin D, meaning my blood work shows low vitamin D. My wife is the same thing. Now, what do we suggest? Well, we try to keep it pretty simple. We like vitamin D3. We have a K2 D3 product, very affordable. Here's the research. And this always causes problems, but I'm just going to say the research. So a person should have between 400 and 800 IUs of vitamin D a day. We suggest 1,000 IUs a day because that's the dose for helping with detoxification, the immune system, cardiovascular health, and all of that, okay? Now, somebody like my wife who has really low vitamin D, especially in the winter months, she'll take 2,000 or 3,000 IUs a day. Some doctors recommend more than 4,000 IUs a day. Be mindful though, many medical organizations do not recommend that. They consider 4,000 IUs or more a day to be toxic. Now, I'm not going to argue with all of the blog posts and geniuses out in the world that have their own views of that. Fine, whatever. You can get your damn blood work tested for your vitamin D levels. And for what we see, if a person takes between 1,000 and 3,000 IUs a day, they're great. Fact. And one of the secrets is to make sure that you're taking the sufficient amount of, you're taking D3, not D2. Why? Because D3 works better for a whole bunch of reasons that I don't have time to share. But D3 works better than D2. We strongly suggest taking vitamin D3 with a K2, an MK7, which is the best performing K2 vitamin. This is not K1. This is not your leafy green vitamin K. That's not what this is. Why? Well, because one of the basic reasons is vitamin D and K2 together work synergistically. They just work better together. So the research says that they just work very well together in combination with one another. But from a bone health perspective, both of them together help direct calcium to creating bone and stuff like that instead of calcifying in the arteries, okay? So that's one of the general suggestions for why you would want K2 and D3 together. Does this work well? Yes. Is it affordable? Sure. But whatever you're going to do for your detox process, make sure your vitamin D levels are healthy and good. And if they're not, take some vitamin D3. I suggest starting at 1,000 IU's, but I'm not going to argue with everybody's self-proclaimed genius doctor or whatever, or blog creator or whatever the hell's going on. That's just the research. You get enough vitamin D, and then you do whatever the hell you want to do for detoxification. Just be mindful. You need vitamin D for detox, okay? Hope this helps. Bye.